Okay, before we continue with the coding, let's rearrange this interface. So I'm going to select these three and just move it this way. Yes, something like that, and drag these right about that, and maybe bring this in a little bit here, and maybe this. Let's move this in, something like that. I think that would do. And these two, let's bring them to a little bit more. Okay, that's fine. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to double click on the form, and let's add something to that very combo box. Okay, right here, right inside form load, I want the combo box to do as follows. So let's say combo and that will be here course code dot items dot add. Okay, let's say the item is cc 09987. that will be the course code for the combo box. I think I'm going to add a little bit more. Let's add about 5 more. Yeah. Okay, so let's just change that around. This will be 1 2 3 4 5 and maybe one more. Okay, then in total that will be 7 different course code there. Right now, okay, the next thing is let's come into student result, double click on that, and inside the student result I'm going to declare an array. So I'm just going to call it r equals 15. Let me declare that as an integer. Right. Okay, for this array, let's say r0, array number 0, that will be equals to, by value, I'm going to make that txt addmass.text. I'm using by value just in case if there's nothing entered in here, the value will default to 0. So I'm going to just copy and repeat the same thing for the other 7 subjects. And there we go, the other 7 subjects are now taken care of. Now the next thing I would like to do is, let me come right down here and add up all of these values. So let's say array 8 equals r0 plus r1, correct that. Might as well just copy that, get rid of this, plus r1 paste, paste, and paste. Just change the numbers around. Then this will be 1 2 2 3 and 4 5. Then we have 6 and 7. So that's 7, and we have 6 here. Right. So that will be added up to get the average. So let's enter a bracket here and come right down here, divide it by 8, because we have 8 subjects in total. The next thing is going to be, let's go for array number 8, array 9, make that 9, change this to 9, and just get rid of this there. Alright, so the other thing I'm going to now do is to assign those arrays. So let's say average average of text equals array number 8. Okay, so that is fine because we find the average there. Then let's say total, txt total score dot text equals array number 9. There. Okay, the next thing I like to do in here is to allocate whatever ranking. Let's say if array 9 is less, okay, let's say it's greater than, if it's greater than 700, then let's say if it's greater than and equals to 700, then what I want this system to do is txt ranking dot text equals, that will be first class, right? Else, we're going to copy that. Let's say else if, let's use a nested else if is fine instead of nested ifs. Okay, nested ifs. Else if, let's paste that in there, move this up so that you guys can see it. If it's less than 600, greater than and equals to 600, that will be 21. And the same thing for this, copy. Next one will be for 500. 500 will be 22. No, change that. That's an error. This one, 500. That will be 22. And finally, no, not finally. If it's 400. 400 will be third class, and what about 300? If it's 300 will be certificate of higher education, and let's see, if it is less than, let's say less than and equals to 200. If it's less than and equals to 200, and that will be fail. There. Okay, the next thing that I'd like to do now that we have this on board, I would now like to add the location of my database. So first of all, let's just comment here out so that there's no error. Right, this is just to determine whatever grade the candidate or the student have. So let's come right down here. Now I'm going to declare as follows. Let's say dim connect as new SQLite connection. Right here, and this SQLite connection is going to be right inside here. Let's find the location of my, let's say, data source, where my database is actually officially located. Let's find that. Alright, so let's come in here. Right here, that's my file, and that's my database. So now hold on to your shift key, right click on your database, and let's select copy path. There we go. Now come right here and just paste. Let me right click and paste so that you see that. Paste. That is the path. That is my path right there. Just get rid of this. Yeah. Okay. That is the path, and that's the database itself. Everything is copied. That's easy. Okay, the next thing we want to do is, let's say, connect dot. That is supposed to be my instance. Connect dot open. Now let's declare another variable. This other variable is going to be known as SQL command as new SQLite command. SQLite command right there. Double click on that. And SQLite command is going to be equals to SQLite command dot connect. I don't want it all, I just want this, so get rid of that. Okay, equals, say dot connect, dot connection equals connect right there. So we'll come right down a little bit. Now I'm going to now use this SQL command dot command text. And what text do I want? I would like it to use to insert into student. That is my database now. Alright, so let's enter the fields. So the first field is going to be student ID, and let's enter a column there, then followed by course code. Yeah, and the other fields. There we go. Now what I want to do here now is I'm going to come right here. Let's say we have the following value, and those values I'm going to put them all inside, or those values should be inside. Let's say add record. So the very first record, that would be student ID, this very one. So the second record, copy that and just, or maybe just copy this, put a comma there. Number 2, okay, and number 3, record 3, record 4, 5, 6, 7, okay, so 8, and just bring it down. Let's bring it down from here. Right, so we have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have up to 15 that I intend to use, so my parameters will be up to 15, so that is fine. So let's close this here. Right, so right underneath here we now want the SQL command itself to add the following parameters. So let's say dot parameters dot add with value. There we go. And what do you want me to add with value? I want you to add the very first, that very one, record 1, comma, and the record 1 is what? Comma is going to be txt. Okay, let's get student ID. Student ID dot text. So I've just added the very first one. So now I'm going to copy this. Let's copy it and add 15 or 14 of those now. Just change the names around. And the next one is going to be course code. CMB course code.text. Now followed by first name. We have surname next. And so on. So let's speed that up. Alright, this is how it looks like now, and I've also changed the numbers. Okay. Now, one other thing that we need to do is we need to then close it. Let's say connect dot close. What else do we need to do? Let's say SQL command dot execute as follows. Right there, execute non-query, enter parenthesis. Now finally, I would then like to call, let me invoke my form. It's a me.activate. When I say me.activate, I'm actually talking to the form itself. There we go. Yeah. Supposing we add a message box here, just to validate the fact that something is added. So I can then say message box dot show the following. So I can then say student record updated. Right, and come right down here, comma, student, that's the name, record. And the other thing, let's add another parameter there, and that's going to be message box button dot OK. And one more, comma, message box icon dot information. There. Okay, that's it. So let's have a good look at it before I continue with the rest. Alright, so I'm going to now run it. Let's just run the program and you guys see how it looks like. These are the lines of code for the student result. Here, that will just calculate whatever value I have. Okay, see that? If I decide to comment this out, let's say I comment the execute out, look at what's going to happen. Let's run it now. There we go. I've already entered some other data on the database itself, but let's enter something here. I just want you guys to see what's going to happen. And here we have the course code. Let's select and the name of the student. Let's say Sally. This is Stylish Stone. Here, female. Age maybe 21. Address 15 Highway. Okay. Code and mobile phone of Sally and score. Okay. Let's see. right. So if I click on student results, what you will see is you will get the total, average, and the ranking. There we go. Look at that. Sally is actually 62% overall. There. Okay. So I should be able to click on this and we see the record there. There, that's Sally's record right there. Alright, so let me show you guys this. Let me show you this transcript. Then I will uncheck this so that we can add it to database. Okay, now we can then add it to database. Alright, well, first thing first, let me show you the lines of code for the transcript. Okay, let's double click on the transcript, and right there, here are the lines of code for the transcript. I just had to speed that up because of time. There, it's very simple. So have a look at that. All you need to do is call the object and append, then enter whatever you want to enter. Okay, I have some lines here. Let me just increase those lines right there. Just do the same thing here. Okay, and here I have a tab, and I add the name of the object that I intend to call. There, that's it. That's all about the transcript. Now, there's something I need to show to you guys right up here before I call it the end of this program. Is it right up here? If you look at this, select from student, order by, descending order. I've now added an ID to my database. So let me show you guys the database right here. Let's open up the database. Students. There we go. There we go. Now select that and let's go to modify. Inside modify, I've added an ID, student ID. And that very student ID is now my primary key. Okay, it's not a big deal. It's what you guys can take care of. All you just need to do is add a new field. ID is IDD. There we go. Okay, you can always just select and just move up. Okay, move field up. That was what I did there. So I'm going to delete that. Yeah. Okay, that's easy. So that's it's now my primary key. Okay, so let's go back to my program. So I just minimize this. Alright, if I run the program, this is what you guys will see. Right there, you can see my table is actually in descending order. Okay, and if I decide to take that out, let's assume I come in here and get rid of these. Let's just enter that and comment this out. Run it again. This is what you guys will see. Let's see. There we go. You can see it is now in ascending order. Okay, not in descending order, ascending order. Alright, so one more thing to do is just to take care of these. Delete. So let's take care of the delete. Yeah. Then we'll run the program. Come right in here, double click on delete. Alright, these are the lines of code for delete. A variable was declared and this variable is assigned the data type of an integer, and in there I then assign my data review. Okay, and then the SQL command is delete from the student, and whatever is deleted from the student, we then check the ID. Okay, if the ID actually match this, then the system will get it executed, and that's all there is to it. Then we then call the form to activate. That means just refresh, and that's all there is to it. So let's try it out now. So I'm going to run it, enter some data into it before we try out the delete. There, let's enter some data here. So the student ID is going to be S whatever, that's the student ID. Then we select course code. Student name, let's say it's Felix. Felix Wale. Alright, he's a male student and age is 21. Address number 13, daily close. Right, postcode, mobile number, and what about, okay, that's it. And there, so all we just need to do is click on student, and right there guys, okay, there we go. Alright, we can publish it here, the transcript. Okay, this seems to be too, we may have to delete some of those. And right in here, let me show you the database. There we go guys, look at that, look at that. That is beautiful. That's Felix details there. You see that guys? Exactly what's on the screen here is right here. Right. Okay, that's fine. So let's try out our delete. Let's look for whatever name to get rid of here. Okay, supposing I want to get rid of, yeah, let's get rid of Sally right there and come to delete right here. Let's click on delete, and right there guys, let's see, there we go, Sally is out of the scene, you can see. Okay, now let's check the database to verify if Sally is still there. So come right there and let's come in here, file, and right there select the data, browse data, and there, yeah, there we go, Sally is gone. We have Felix in the house and Sally is gone. Alright, and try and join to become a member of the channel. There are a lot of benefit to be gained if you're a member of this channel. So with that, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. Please subscribe and like. You guys have a nice day now. Bye for now.